Hey everyone, and a huge, warm welcome back to the channel. It's truly awesome to have you joining us today. Before we dive into one of the most incredible wonders of the natural world, I just want to take a quick moment to genuinely wish you all fantastic health and happiness. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I truly hope you're feeling strong, positive, and taking really good care of yourselves because you absolutely deserve it. Okay, get ready to have your mind completely blown by a little creature that looks like it swam straight out of a fairy tale and holds a superpower that science fiction writers dream about. We're talking about the axolotl, a unique salamander that can do something utterly astonishing, regenerate entire limbs perfectly, as if nothing ever happened. That's right. Lose a leg? No problem, it grows back. Lose a tail? It comes back. Even parts of its heart, brain, or spinal cord. Yep, it can fix those too. Imagine if humans could do that. It sounds impossible, but for this amazing little animal, it's just everyday biology. Let's dive into the world of the axolotl and uncover the secrets of its magical healing powers. First off, what even is an axolotl? Picture a small, underwater-dwelling salamander, usually about 6 to 12 inches long when fully grown, with a wide, almost smiling face and feathery, external gills that fan out like a delicate, pinkish crown around its head. They look perpetually young, like a baby salamander that never grew up, and that's actually a key part of their biology called neoteny. While most salamanders undergo metamorphosis, trading gills for lungs and moving onto land, axolotls typically stay aquatic and keep their gills their whole lives, living permanently in a sort of adorable larval state. They come in various colors. Wild types are dark with speckles, but you often see them in labs or as pets in striking white with pink gills, leucistic, golden, or even black. Their natural home is the ancient lake system of Xochimilco near Mexico City, though sadly, they're critically endangered in the wild due to pollution, habitat loss, and introduced fish species. But in labs and aquariums around the world, they thrive, fascinating scientists and animal lovers alike, primarily because of their mind-boggling ability to regenerate almost any part of their body. So, how does this regeneration actually work? Let's say an axolotl loses a front leg, maybe in a tussle with another axolotl or an accident. What happens next is a biological masterpiece. It's not just a simple scab forming and some new skin growing underneath. This is a full-blown, orchestrated reconstruction project. Immediately after the injury, the wound doesn't just clot. It rapidly forms a protective layer of special skin cells that seal it off. But here's where it gets wild. Within just a day or two, underneath that seal, something incredible starts to happen. Cells near the injury site undergo a dramatic transformation. They essentially lose their identity. They forget whether they were skin cells, muscle cells, or bone cells. They revert back to a more primitive, stem cell-like state. Imagine highly specialized construction workers, a bricklayer, an electrician, a plumber, suddenly dropping their tools, going back to construction school, and becoming versatile general builders again. This massive reprogrammed, versatile cells forms a structure called a blastema. Think of the blastema as the regeneration headquarters, a little mound of pure potential sitting right at the end of the stump. This blastema isn't just sitting there, it's buzzing with activity. Those reprogrammed cells start dividing rapidly, multiplying to create a large pool of building material. But it's not chaotic growth. This is a highly organized process, guided by intricate signals and gradients of special chemicals called morphogens. It's like the blastema has a detailed, 3D blueprint of the missing limb. The cells know exactly where they are in the growing structure and what they need to become. Cells in the right position start specializing again. Some become the framework for new bones. Others start forming muscle fibers. Nerves begin to sprout and reach out. Blood vessels weave their way through the new tissue, and skin covers it all. They rebuild the limb from the inside out, layer by layer, structure by structure, with astonishing precision. And they do it fast. Within weeks, you'll see a tiny, perfect replica of the leg starting to form. In a matter of months, that new leg is fully functional. Bones, joints, muscles, nerves, Skin, claws, if it had them, everything is perfectly recreated, indistinguishable from the original. It's like nature's ultimate 3D printer, working with living cells. But it doesn't stop at legs or tails. Axolotls can regenerate their jaws, parts of their spine, even significant portions of their heart and brain. If an axolotl suffers damage to its heart, say a researcher carefully removes a piece, the remaining heart muscle cells don't just scar over. Instead, they start dividing and reorganizing, rebuilding the missing section and restoring full function. Similarly, injuries to the brain or spinal cord, which would cause permanent paralysis in mammals like us, trigger a regenerative response in axolotls. Nerves regrow, connections are reestablished, and function is often restored. This ability to regenerate complex central nervous system tissue is perhaps the most astounding aspect of all, offering incredible hope for human medicine. How do they achieve this while we can't? That's the million-dollar question scientists are desperately trying to answer. The secret seems to lie in how axolotls respond to injury compared to us mammals. When we get hurt, a deep cut, a lost limb, our bodies prioritize rapid wound closure and infection prevention above all else. We form a blood clot, then a scab made of tough fibrin protein. Underneath, specialized cells called fibroblasts rush in. These fibroblasts are like the emergency repair crew. Their job is to lay down a strong, quick patch, collagen fibers that form scar tissue. Scar tissue is tough and seals the wound fast, but it's basically biological cement. It doesn't have the complex structure or function of the original tissue. It blocks nerves, it doesn't stretch like muscle, it can't beat like heart muscle. It's a functional dead end. Our bodies sacrifice the possibility of perfect regeneration for the immediate need of survival. Axolotls, however, take a completely different approach. They suppress the typical scarring response. Instead of fibroblasts immediately laying down permanent collagen, they create that temporary seal and then focus entirely on regeneration. They allow the cells at the injury site to dedifferentiate, form the blastema, and rebuild perfectly. It's like their bodies choose the long-term, high-quality repair option over the quick, temporary fix. What's happening inside the cells themselves? Scientists have discovered that axolotl cells possess an extraordinary toolkit of genes specifically geared towards regeneration. They have massive genomes, about 10 times larger than the human genome, packed with unique genes and complex regulatory sequences that seem crucial for their regenerative abilities. Key players are certain genes involved in embryonic development. In mammals, these genes are highly active only when we are embryos in the womb, directing the formation of our limbs, organs, and nervous system. After birth, they largely switch off. In axolotls, however, these developmental genes can be reactivated on demand at any point in their lives when injury occurs. It's like they retain the full instruction manual and construction crew from their embryonic stage, ready to be deployed whenever needed. The blastema essentially recreates the conditions of a developing limb bud in an embryo, allowing the limb to regrow almost as if it were growing for the first time. Researchers are intensely studying these genes and the signals that turn them on, hoping to find ways to reactivate similar pathways in human cells. The immune system also plays a fascinating and crucial role. We know inflammation is a key part of healing. It brings in immune cells to fight infection and clean up debris. But in mammals, too much or prolonged inflammation can actually hinder healing and promote scarring. Axolotls seem to have a unique immune response that supports regeneration rather than blocking it. Their macrophages, a type of immune cell that engulfs debris and dead cells, appear to be particularly important. Studies show that if you deplete macrophages in an axolotl after amputation, regeneration fails spectacularly. No blastema forms, and the wound just scars over like it would in a mammal. This suggests their macrophages aren't just cleaners. They might be releasing specific signals that create the perfect environment for those cells to dedifferentiate and start the regenerative process. Understanding this immune regeneration crosstalk is another major focus of research. So, why is all this research happening? Why are scientists worldwide dedicating careers to studying this peculiar salamander? The implications for human medicine are potentially revolutionary. Imagine a world where victims of traumatic accidents, soldiers injured in conflict, or people suffering from degenerative diseases could regrow lost limbs or repair damaged organs. Think about the potential for treating spinal cord injuries, reversing paralysis. Consider healing severe heart damage after a heart attack without scar tissue weakening the muscle. The dream is to unlock the axolotl secrets and find ways to apply them, even partially, to human biology. Researchers aren't expecting to turn humans into axolotls overnight, but they are searching for key molecules, genes, or cellular pathways that could be targeted with drugs or therapies to enhance our own, much more limited, healing abilities. Could we stimulate a small blastema-like response in a fingertip? Could we reduce scarring after major surgery and promote better tissue repair? Could we find ways to encourage nerve regeneration in the spinal cord? These are the big hopes driving the science. Every discovery about how the axolotl controls its cells, manages its immune response, and rebuilds complex structures brings us a step closer to potentially achieving some of these goals. The axolotl is more than just a scientific curiosity. It's a powerful reminder of the hidden potential within biology. In a world facing environmental challenges that pushed it to the brink of extinction in the wild, this little creature thrives in labs, silently demonstrating a resilience and regenerative capacity that seems almost miraculous. It challenges our understanding of what's possible in healing and development. Watching an axolotl regrow a limb is watching nature perform its most intricate magic trick, not with illusion, but with the profound machinery of life itself. It teaches us humility, showing that solutions to problems we consider insurmountable, like paralysis or organ failure, might already exist in the natural world, waiting to be understood. So, the next time you see a picture or video of this smiling, feathery-gilled salamander, remember the incredible power it holds within its cells. It's a beacon of hope in scientific research, a symbol of resilience, and a living testament to the astonishing diversity and ingenuity of life on Earth. Thanks so much for exploring this wonder with me today. Take good care of yourselves, stay curious about the amazing world around us, and I truly hope you have a fantastic and healthy day. Catch you in the next video.